What's up, guys? It's me, Jake Does Hurdles, back at it again with another Pokemon Go PvP video. And in today's video, I'm going to be shoutcasting Easleydone27, my teammate, my head battle analyst for Regicide PvP, my esports organization, which is a Pokemon Go PvP team, his regional championship victory. So we're going to hop into it. Tanner said that he is afraid of Scrafty right here. So he's going to lead Frostlass, and Frostlass is going to beat Scrafty in the two-shield scenario. He's going to lead Frostlass right into Meganium. It's a positive matchup, so his opponent's going to switch in Bastiodon. So Tanner's going to have his Meganium ready to check that Bastiodon, and he's going to be going for an Earthquake here. No bait with Tanner. He's going to try to draw a shield from his opponent or knock it out. So he's going to get the shield, and then he's going to go for another Earthquake, and he's going to throw it. So Earthquake's either going to KO here or draw another shield. So once that shield comes up, Tanner realizes that this Flamethrower is going to KO, and I need to go for another Earthquake, but Altaria comes in. So he's got an Avalanche ready with Frostlass. Avalanche is going to KO, and he farms up a ton of energy, just enough to have enough energy for a Shadow Ball to do some chip damage on this Bastiodon. So this is going to get Bastiodon kind of low, and Bastiodon's going to be able to smack down, and Bastiodon is in the red, and Azu is going to be able to come in and farm down this Basti. Very well played by Tanner here, looking pretty good. He's still got a Meganium in the back at pretty low health. He can use it as a sack swap if he needs to, but he knows that his opponent has... yeah, you're right. Meganium. So he's going to throw an Ice Beam here, which is going to do super effective damage, and then he's going to go auto swap into his Meganium to throw a Frenzy Plant. So his opponent needs to throw a Frenzy Plant here, or he's going to die. So it was a perfect play by Tanner. And then Tanner's going to be able to come in and bubble down for a GG. So we're going to round number 1, match number 2 against D Cool. Tanner's going to bring Meganium in hopes of catching that Bastiodon lead. But we're going to see that Hypno is out there, so he is going to be trying to stay away from that with his Meganium because he needs to be killing that Bastiodon in the back. And he's going to be hoping for no Bastiodon as well when he brings in this Frostlass. So he's going to catch the Shadow Ball, not to waste the shield, brings in Frostlass because he knows he's going to have to invest at least one shield in Frostlass. He's going to use an Avalanche here to shield bait because that Hypno does not want to eat a Shadow Ball, and the shield comes up. So shields are down for his opponent. So he's going to shield once here, probably farm up a little bit of extra energy. He goes straight for the Shadow Ball, hits the Shadow Ball here, which is going to KO this Hypno. And I'm assuming a counter to Frostlass comes in. It's Azu. So this is a soft counter. Frostlass can win in the one-shield scenario if the Shadow Ball hits. And the Shadow Ball is going to hit right here, but Tanner's going to let his Frostlass die because he has Meganium. And now that Hypno is out of the way, Meganium and Azu can wreck together as that duo. So Meganium's going to come in with energy. Tanner's going to hit the Frenzy Plant, which is going to KO this Azumarill. And he's going to be prepared for whatever's in the back, and it's going to be Altaria. So Tanner knew as soon as Azu went down that Bastiodon was not in the back and Altaria was. So he's going to hit the Ice Beam here and take a cruising, steady, easy win here. And Tanner had told me that he's still worried about Scrafty, and he believes that Muck and Vigoroth were going to bait that Scrafty out, but it has not happened yet. So he's expecting to see that in Game 3 after this easy victory with the Ice Beam and perfect team composition. So we're going to move into match number 3 of round number 1, and Tanner gets the lead with Azu into Bastiodon, and he's still expecting Scrafty in the back to counter his team. And he is going to be swapping in a Alolan Muck to counter this switch in from his opponent, which is Meganium. So he is going to be throwing the bait here with Dark Pulse, overcharging to make sure his opponent knows he has Sludge Wave and knows he will die. He shielded the Earthquake there, which would have been coming close to kill. He's going to throw the Sludge Wave here, which will kill this Meganium. He's going to need to shield. Opponent does shield, so I'm expecting Tanner double shield to keep switch advantage. Tanner's going to shield, and he's going to charge up some energy, maybe farm a little bit more, and then Bastiodon comes in, so he doesn't throw the energy. Very good job there by Tanner, and he is a perfect counter to Bastiodon with this Vigoroth. Vigoroth has Bulldoze, and it's got that Body Slam, and so we're going to be countering down here, and then he's going to throw a Bulldoze to make sure that he kills him, because Body Slam would not have done the job. So he's going to be countering here, and we see Scrafty finally, and Tanner's like, oh my gosh, he finally did it. So Tanner's going to throw the Hydro Pump here. Scrafty's not going to enjoy this Hydro Pump. It's a tanky Pokemon, but not with that Hydro Pump because it is not resisted. So Azu's going to resist all of the Scrafty's moves, but it's not going to resist this Frenzy Plant from Meganium that his opponent had ready. So he's going to be coming in with his Alolan Muck to counter this Meganium, but getting enough energy to make sure that he has a Dark Pulse to feint down that Scrafty, and he does get to a Dark Pulse to take a victory. He's going to be 3-0 in his regional championship going into round number 2. Let's hop on to round number 2, game number 1 against Squid Vicious. Tanner is running Hypno as a lead here because he feels that Hypno lead can likely win switch advantage. He feels that Hypno and Azu are very safe against his opponent's team, and the way his opponent can beat him is if he lines up Venu with his Azumarill. So Hypno is going to beat Skarmory in the 1 shield scenario. He's going to be spamming these Thunder Punches, doing super effective damage. It's a very spammy move for sure, those elemental punches from Hypno. Tanner uses a shield on the first Sky attack. This Thunder Punch is going to come in. The shield's going to come up from his opponent. So 1 shield each for both players. Tanner is going to choose not to shield the Sky attack because he knows he can get to another Thunder Punch to force another shield, or he's going to keep switch advantage. So it's going to be shield advantage or switch advantage. His opponent chooses to keep the switch advantage, and Tanner's going to be farmed down here by Skarmory. And then Tanner's going to bring in his Vigoroth so he doesn't get trapped by that Venusaur in the back that he's expecting, because he doesn't want to get Azu trapped, because that's the key. But his opponent brings in Bastiodon, which is going to be super weak to Vigoroth. Vigoroth's counter is going to be eating it up, and so is that Bulldoze. So he's got Skarmory at no health, and then he brings in Venusaur, and Tanner has 1 shield. Luckily, maintains shield advantage. He's going to throw the Body Slam, which is clutch, and then he's going to have a low health Venusaur with a shield against his Azumarill. So his Azu is going to have the shield. No shields on the Venusaur. Ice Beam will kill from this range. And then we have Skarmory in the back at low health. So Tanner is going to take a victory in this matchup, 1-0. So in game 2 against Squid Vicious, Easleydone27 is bringing Azu, expecting a different lead, and he changed Hypno to a safe swap, and he gets the right lead. So he gets the Altaria lead with his Azu, and is expecting Venu to come in as the counter, and he has Hypno ready. So Hypno is going to be doing super effective damage with these confusions against Venusaur. It's going to chunk it down. Tanner's going to invest a shield to keep his Hypno healthy. That Venu lags a little bit, but as you will see in the back, it's not going to matter much. He talked with his opponent after, and they concur that it would not have mattered, especially after this double shielding for sure. His opponent double shields Shadow Ball here, so Hypno with energy is a problem in this cup, and Tanner shows why right here. He takes 2 shields from Altaria with his Hypno, and he knows he can let Hypno go because Hypno's done his job. It has killed Venusaur. So now Azu can run free. Tanner's going to come in and farm. He sees Skarmory come out, and he's like, okay, well, it's time for Vig to play. Those counters are going to be doing a ton of damage to that Skarmory, and these Body Slams won't be doing very effective damage, but it's going to add up, and so will those counters. So we've already got 2 Body Slams down here before Skarmory has even launched 1 Sky Attack, and is in the red. So it gets 1 Sky Attack off. This will not kill this Vigoroth. And we're going to see Tanner spamming counters trying to get that Body Slam, and it's a CMP tie. The opponent throws energy. Sky attacks the Vigoroth, kills it. Altaria comes back out. Tanner Ice Beams, and that's going to be an easy GG. He shields for giggles, and he's going to throw the Ice Beam here. Take the victory. Bubble down Skarm. We are hopping into game number 3. Tanner is up 2-0. He is going to lead Vigoroth because he says, quote, "After abusing Azu and Hypno, I suspected Lantern would come out to deal with it, so I call it right and lead Vig." And Tanner, you did call it right because you got the bait, and you go for another bait, Body Slam, because Bulldoze is going to do super effective damage, and he gets 2 shields before he has even wasted 1 shield. So Tanner wastes a shield to keep his Vig alive to maintain this switch advantage here, and he is going to be charging up for that Bulldoze, tapping on it vigorously, and he's going to throw a shield here. So Tanner is going to go for a Body Slam here, expecting to be able to farm down this Lantern, but it's going to come a little bit closer than you'd expect, and the Sparks are going to be doing a ton of damage, so he's going to throw the Body Slam to be safe and make sure that he keeps switch advantage. So he is going to be met with Marowak. Marowak's going to Fire Spin down, and he's going to bring in his Azu. So Azu's running Hydro Pump here, so it's going to do super effective damage, especially with shields down, and Venusaur comes in. So Tanner is going to be the king of the rock, paper, scissors, guys, because he's got Hypno ready for that Venusaur. Very good team composition from Tanner. He's going to throw the Shadow Ball to make sure this Venusaur faints and cannot get to another Frenzy Plant. And then Marowak's going to come in. Marowak's going to throw the energy it has. Probably Shadow Ball here. Bone Club will be a little bit close to not killing. And then Tanner's going to throw the Hydro Pump to take the victory and go to 2-0. So going into round number 3, Tanner's facing 2016 T. Douglas, and Tanner looked at his opponent's team and he said it screams Go Battle League. So he is going to be playing this out, fully expecting Haunter or Toxie's a lead, so he's going to lead that Hypno, and he's expecting Reggie and Azu in the back, so he's going to bring Meganium to deal with both of them. So he's going to shield the first one here. Then he is going to go for a Frenzy Plant bait after charging up to Earthquake, and it turns out that his opponent is very good at calling baits or he is a psychopath. So he is going to not shield the Frenzy Plant, and then Tanner is going to go for an Earthquake, assuming that his opponent will not shield this one because he is indeed mad, and he's going to shield the Earthquake. So Tanner is going to try to maintain switch advantage here, if not faint down this Registeel. So he's going to go for the Earthquake to force his opponent to shield and keep switch advantage. And shield advantage is already gone, so it appears that he is going to win both switch advantage and shield advantage. So 2016 T. Douglas is going to have both of those. But Muck is going to be able to come in here and get to a Dark Pulse to feint down this Registeel before Registeel can get off another Flash Cannon. So Muck is going to be doing super effective damage to that Haunter and resisting all of its moves. We're going to see here that Shadow Ball is going to do a decent chunk of damage, but Shadow Punch is going to do nothing. So Hypno is going to come in perfectly timed with the Azu switch here, and Tanner is going to be winning this matchup here with Thunder Punches. Thunder Punch can be doing super effective damage to Azu. It's going to be really close. If a Hydro Pump can get off, it'll be very, very close. Depending on the moveset of this Azu, we're going to see how it plays out. Hydro Pump gets off. It's not going to feint down this Hypno, and his Hypno is going to be able to get to another Thunder Punch with 1 HP. That would have been problems for Muck in the back if it does not. So then Haunter's going to come in, and Muck is going to have a Dark Pulse ready to KO this Haunter. GG's. We are moving into match number 2 of round number 3 against 2016 T. Douglas. Easleydone27 is going to be leading with Hypno because he has full confidence in his lineup, and he's going to use Alola Muck as a very safe switch, and it pays off because Alola Muck beats Registeel in the 2-shield scenario, folks. Learn it. Registeel gets to 3 Flash Cannons. We've seen 1. Muck gets to Dark Pulse. 1. There you go. Here we go. Shield's going to come up from Tanner again. No shields for the opponent so far. So it's 2 shields to no shields. Tanner's going to overcharge a little bit, and he's going to throw a Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse is going to draw a shield. Then Tanner's going to throw another Dark Pulse. 3 Dark Pulses so far. And it's going to draw another shield. So Registeel is low. It's going to throw a Flash Cannon here. It has no shields. And Tanner is going to be able to get to another Dark Pulse again. So 4 Dark Pulses versus 3 Flash Cannons for Muck versus Registeel. So it's going to win this and keep him switch advantage. So, believe it or not, Haunter comes in. The Snarls are doing a ton of damage, and Tanner cannot get to the Dark Pulse. If he gets to that, it's an easy GG. But the opponent prematurely throws Shadow Punch. Hypno comes in, and then a simultaneous switch into Meganium. His opponent is going to be running Frenzy Plant, Earthquake. Tanner is going to be running Frenzy Plant, Earthquake. It's going to be a Frenzy Plant off. Tanner's going to throw the first Frenzy Plant. His opponent throws one. Tanner has the health advantage right here. It appears he has a better IV Meganium. And he's going to throw a Frenzy Plant here, and he's going to play this very smart because he knows this Frenzy Plant isn't going to kill him, and he knows that he's going to beat his opponent to Frenzy Plant, and he's going to farm down the Meganium and throw a Frenzy Plant against the Haunter and kill him to take a victory. So going into game number 3, Tanner's up 2-0, and he leads Hypno into Registeel, and he's wondering how his opponent's going to adapt, so he brings in the Muck, and his opponent adapted by bringing Toxicroak. So Tanner's going to throw the Sludge Wave. It's going to be doing more damage than the Dark Pulse would, and his opponent does not shield, so it's very good for him. And Tanner knows he can take at least 1 Mud to the face, and he's hoping he doesn't get countered down, and he does right before he gets to a Dark Pulse. So Tanner is going to probably bring in Hypno here to delete this Toxicroak, and he does. So no shields used by the opponent or Tanner. Registeel's going to come back in to fight this Hypno. These moves are going to add up from Registeel. Hypno is going to go for Shadow Ball here. It's going to do a pretty decent chunk of damage. Registeel is going to shield. So Meganium is going to come in to fight this Registeel. Reggie is going to stay in, and he is going to go for a Frenzy Plant. And his opponent simultaneously switches into Meganium. So he's going to be Frenzy Plant offing again here, throwing the Frenzy Plants, just trying to farm down sort of this Meganium. And he's going to choose to not shield here. So that, Tanner says, was his one mistake in that match. He should have shielded Meganium because the match would have been close enough where he could get enough energy to land a shield bait on that Registeel. So Tanner is going to be throwing Thunder Punches here to land bait here. He needs to get bait to win this matchup. He has the shield. He's going to shield here, but it's looking like a pretty cut and dry GG's here. He's going to overcharge here to get to Shadow Ball. Shield bait with Thunder Punch. He's going to throw the Thunder Punch. Shield comes up, but it's going to be a CMP tie, and Tanner's going to take the loss. Still moving to 3-0, though. Tanner Easleydone27 moves into round number 4, 3-0, and he's playing Nub Jangler, who's also 3-0, and he notices that his opponent has Skuntank. So he says that his team is really weak to Skuntank, so he needed to line up Vig with it, so it's the lead. And he knows that Azu and Muck are going to resist at least one of its moves if it's Flamethrower or Sludge Bomb. So that means that if he gets the lead right, and fully invest knowing Body Slam is going to hurt anything that comes in, he's going to keep switch advantage and make sure that Muck takes the last shield in the back or Azu. And he doesn't want to farm too much with Azu depending on what's in the back, just in case it's Shiftry. So he's going to have Vigoroth lined up with Azu here, and he's going to throw a Body Slam here, and then he is going to go right into his Muck, trying to farm up energy and force that shield from that Azu. So this is probably going to be Hydro Pump here. It's going to do the most damage out of Azu's moves to Muck, and then he's going to throw a Sludge Wave here, hoping to grab that last shield. So he grabs the shield, and he's going to be racing to a Sludge Wave, but he cannot get there, so he's going to bring in his own Azu to farm up energy off of this Azumarill. So the match is all going to depend on what's in the back. If Hypno's in the back, that's a problem, and if Shiftry's in the back, that's a problem. But Tanner's going to have so much energy, and shields are down. And after this charge move, after this Azu wastes his energy, Tanner's going to bring in Vigoroth. And Vigoroth is going to be able to get to a Body Slam because of that spammy counter. And it's not going to kill this Azu, but he's able to farm down. And guess what's in the back, folks? It's Melmetal. So he's going to get to a Bulldoze, which is amazing. Well played by Tanner. Easy 1-0 W with a ton of energy in the back on Azu. Moving into game number 2 of round number 4, Tanner's going to be leading Azu, expecting Altaria because he put in a lot of work with Vig and Muck, and Altaria is going to counter both of those. But Melmetal's going to come out. So Tanner is going to safe swap in Alolan and try to bait out that Altaria because he doesn't want to keep his Azu in there too long against Melmetal because he wants to face Altaria. So he's going to basically sack this Alolan, and he's going to shield the first one because he expects it to be Superpower, and his opponent is going to be throwing Rock Slides, which is probably going to be the preferred move because Superpower is going to make him super weak. So he's going to get the Altaria out, and he's going to throw a Dark Pulse here, hoping to grab a shield, but he doesn't. But he knows he has Azu to line up perfectly against this Altaria, and he can basically farm a ton of energy with this Azu. And Tanner knows that in the back, Vig with the shield is going to be dangerous because of all that spamminess with those counters. So he's going to throw the Ice Beam pretty much immediately here against this Altaria. And he's going to grab a shield. So Tanner is going to choose to not shield his Azumarill because he knows that Vig in the back is good. And he just knows he can still get to an Ice Beam to feint down this Altaria. And he knows that he has a Melmetal weak. He can counter that down. Probably get close to bumbling it down here. And he's going to bring in a Vigoroth immediately. So Vig versus Azu. Very close here. He's going to be spamming these Body Slams, and that Azu does not have a shield. So Tanner is going to choose to shield this Ice Beam here, and he's going to throw a Body Slam, and it's going to get this Azu into the yellow, very close to the red here. So it's going to be a race to the charge move. His opponent gets to an Ice Beam. Surprise, no Hydro Pump there, and Tanner gets to a Body Slam, and this is going to feint down this Azu, and Tanner's going to go for the counter down on the Melmetal, but it's not going to work. But he's still got an Azu in the back that's going to be able to bubble down this Melmetal for the victory. So going into game number 3 of round number 4, Tanner has already secured the victory. He's going to be 4-0, but we're playing game 3 out, and he's expecting the Altaria lead, but he gets Azu, so he's going to go for the Shadow Ball, hoping to land it and win the one-shield scenario, but the opponent shields and throws their energy into Tanner's oncoming Azumarill. So he's going to catch an Ice Beam. It's very big for him. Doesn't have to waste his shield on his Frostlass, expecting the Hydro Pump. So he goes for Hydro Pump here, and his Azu's going to be taking that to the face. Tanner's going to choose not to shield here. Does not want to invest shields in this Azu. He's trying to invest his shields in that Vig in the back. So he set up pretty nicely here with Melmetal coming in. This will not KO, but Tanner is able to get to a Hydro Pump here, which is going to force a shield from this Melmetal. So that's very good. A couple more bubbles in, but Melmetal's able to farm a little bit off of Azu. So Vigoroth's going to come in kind of afraid of Superpower. He's going to shield here because he's afraid of the Superpower. Doesn't want to get hit by one. It's going to be super effective damage. So Tanner's going to try to farm down this Melmetal. He wants to get some energy stored up for Azumarill. And then Altaria comes in. So his opponent is going to lock his Altaria, and Tanner's got the Frostlass. So Tanner is going to be one move away from Avalanche because this Sky Attack is not going to kill. He's going to throw the Avalanche immediately, which is going to feint down this Altaria. And then I'm assuming that Azu's going to come back in to farm down this Frostlass, and it does. So then Tanner's going to throw energy because he does not want to get hit by a Hydro Pump by this Azu. He's going to be farming, gets to another Body Slam because he doesn't want to get He doesn't want to get Hydro Pumped. And he knows that Melmetal's close to Superpower in the back, but it does not get there. So it's going to be a GG. Tanner's going to lose this one. Round number 5, the money round. Tanner is 4-0 against 3-1 Kyle Styles. So Kyle is trying to force the tie. Tanner is trying to go for the sweep. He's leading Vigoroth with a Frostlass safe swap, knowing that it can beat Azu in that one shield, and he gets the matchup he wants. He sees that Melmetal and Toxstroke are kind of threats to him, so he needs Hypno and Vig paired with that Frostlass. So he's going to take an Ice Beam here to save shields. He's going to throw an Avalanche here to hopefully get a shield from this Azu, and he does. So perfectly played, and he gets to a Shadow Ball here, which is going to do a ton of damage to this Azu. And Azu is going to double shield because he knows he's going to lose that one shield scenario. Tanner hasn't wasted any shields. His opponent has wasted 2, and Tanner is going to be able to bring in this Hypno to farm up a little bit of energy with these confusions. So we still got Altaria in the back. Tanner is going to choose to farm a little bit of extra energy. He's going to take this Hydro Pump to the face, and he's going to fully farm down this Azu with a ton of energy ready for whatever comes in, and he's going to throw the Shadow Ball. So he's going to throw the Shadow Ball to Altaria, and then he's going to bring in his Vigoroth, and his opponent switches in Toxicroak, and he is going to throw the Bulldoze. According to Tanner, Bulldoze is savior. He probably should have shielded Hydro Pump. Hypno is God. That is all. Hypno is going to come in the back. He's going to shield, and he is going to be racing to the charge move here. Tanner's going to go for the Shadow Ball. Takes a 1 HP victory in Game 1, killing the Altaria with Shadow Ball. GG's. Easleydone27 is 1 victory away from his regional championship W. So he is going to be leading Hypno, trying to catch that Toxie, and he does not line it up with it. So he's going to bring in Azu, because Azu is going to force Altaria out. So he's going to go for Hydro Pumps here in this mirror. And this mirror is going to be a stall match for Tanner. Tanner's going to try to stall out this mirror. So the switch timer comes up, and he can switch in Vigoroth to probably counter down this Azu, because he wants to keep some energy and some health on his Azu in the back for Altaria. So he's going to get a Bubble in. He's going to wait for his opponent to waste his energy, so he knows he can come in and farm down, and he brings in Vigoroth to farm down. Vig has a Body Slam ready, and the opponent insta-switches into Toxicroak with a 1 HP Azu, and Tanner says that Bulldoze is king once again because it forces the shield on Toxie, even though Tanner baited. So Toxie's got to use his energy, afraid of another Bulldoze, and then Hypno's going to come in and delete this Toxicroak. So his Hypno is going to be pretty good HP after shielding that Sludge Bomb. He's going to go for a Shadow Ball here on this Altaria, hoping to get no shield. He does get no shield, so he's going to be doing a ton of damage with these confusions. And then his opponent is going to throw a Sky Attack. Tanner's going to choose to invest in this Hypno because he knows that Azu is 1 HP, and the Azu comes in as a sack swap. So very good play by his opponent. And then Tanner's going to try to sack swap his Azu, and he does. He sack swaps his own Azu. And then Tanner's going to come in with the Thunder Punch and does not throw. So after not throwing the Thunder Punch, Tanner is going to lead with Vigoroth into Meganium, and he said that he has no idea why he picked this. He said that picking a team after a tie is very difficult because you never know what's going to happen. So he leads with Vigoroth. He's going to be spamming these Body Slams, and he is really trying to avoid Frostlass getting locked here, but he is going to bring in Frostlass for Altaria here, and he's going to go for an Avalanche here, but he knows how much these Sky Attacks do, and he knows how frail Frostlass is. So he's going to want to charge up a ton of energy and go for an Avalanche here, but he's in KO range for Sky Attack, and he told me that he was kicking himself for this because he knows that Azu would have been the right pick here, and he goes for the Avalanche here, but he's going to be giving up switch advantage and shield advantage here as his opponent uses his second shield, and this Sky Attack is going to KO almost, but Altaria is going to be lined up with an Azu. Azu's going to be able to get a little bit of energy off of this Altaria, but he doesn't want to let too many Sky Attacks come through, and he is going to be farming, and he's going to switch into his Vigoroth, and he probably should have thrown energy there. I think he was trying to catch the Frenzy Plant, but all in all, this is going to be sort of a wash game, and he was sort of kicking himself after this. He said, I got a little bit greedy. I don't know what I was doing. I played really bad, but he's going to rebound hopefully in match number 4. He's going to try to play this one out, though. Uses a Hydro Pump, and then he's going to go for another Hydro Pump, trying to farm down this Melmetal. And he's going to almost get there. Throws the Ice Beam, and it's going to be on Meganium here. It's going to feint it down, but the Melmetal is going to feint down his Azu. Game number 4, after a tie, 1-1. Easleydone27 is 4-0. Kyle Styles is 3-1. Will Kyle Styles force a tie, or will Easleydone sweep? He leads Frostlass into Azu. Frostlass wins the 1 shield with the Shadow Ball landed. He's going to go for the Shadow Ball to try and land it to win the 1 shield, or grab a shield from his opponent. And once he grabs a shield, he's going to try to switch out into his own Azumarill. His opponent goes for the bait, hits Ice Beam, and he's going to go for the Hydro Pumps after this switch in for the mirror match with this Azu. So his opponent is going to choose the Hydro Pump, and then he's going to take this Hydro Pump from Tanner and then switch in his Toxicroak once the energy is gone. Tanner's got 2 shields. His opponent has 1. Toxicroak comes in. Tanner's going to go for the Ice Beam. Tanner's going to choose to shield, or not shield here, and his opponent goes for the bait. Tanner is going to call that bait perfectly, and then he's going to choose to not shield his Azu. He's got Vig with a ton of health, and he's got Frostlass with a ton of health in the back. 2 shields versus 1 shield, and he's got Frostlass coming in, and he's going to get the switch menu up, ready to go. At this point, Tanner sees Melmetal come in. He's got Vigoroth, and he's going to go straight for the Body Slam here. His opponent has 1 shield, so he's going to probably have to use it. Shield does not come up. Tanner is going to go for the Body Slam here, and he's going to be not shielding his Vigoroth. His opponent goes for the bait. So if his opponent doesn't go for the bait, it's an easy W for his opponent, but he doesn't. So Tanner goes for the farm down here. No shields on his opponent. He's going to be a regional champion after shielding his Vigoroth and hitting the Bulldoze on his opponent. GG, Easleydone27, regional champion. That's it, folks. Easleydone27 of Regicide PvP, head battle analyst, the champ of the Detroit regional championship. He ran Hypno, he ran Azu, he ran Vigoroth, he ran Frostlass, he ran Muck, and he ran Meganium. If you like this video and if you like our content, if you think Tanner's really good, you should consider filling out a PvP coaching form, because this guy will coach you, and he will coach you to be the best that you can and the best that he can to his ability. This is sponsored by Regicide PvP. Help us out by buying some of our merch or filling out a coaching form. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and good luck in your regionals.